Hey guys, Demon here, and today we have our final, um, our final video on Star versus the Forces of Evil. Um, we all know that Star versus the Forces of Evil ended quite a while ago. Very sad. But it's okay. It was okay. It was an okay ending. uh, And today ends our final video on it. Unless there's like a season 5 or maybe a movie or something like that in the future. Which there always could be, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. But today's our final video. This is our top 5 Star versus the Forces of Evil episodes. We did our Star versus the Forces of Evil review of the whole series, and we also did a bunch of series reviews and at least one other video on it. Sorry about that. Pretty late. But this is our final video, at least of now, and it is the episode review. So let's get into the first episode, or top 5, I should say. Sometimes I do top 10s, sometimes I do top 5s. I could only find 5 episodes that I really enjoyed of Star Wars, like, super much. The rest of them were okay to just good, but these ones were my, like, 5 top pickouts. I could have done 10, but I decided to do 5. Because it would have been harder to do 10. And these are my top 5, so, top 5. Let's get into it already. So at number 5, we have Ransomgram. This was a season 4 episode, or yeah, season 4. Season 4 episode where we meet Marco, one of Marco's traveling companions in the Nether Zone. I think that's called it, or Hekapu's Dimension, whatever you want to call it. I really love the Hekapu Dimension episodes, or the Nether Zone episodes. They're like just the best episodes of Star vs. Force of Evil. I love to see adult Marco, and just to see this like badass world. And I really wish they would have gave us more on this. And I kind of hope that maybe they give us a spin-off series of like following Marco's adventures in the Nether Zone, like Marco and the Adventures of Hekapu or something like that. I don't know. Like a prequel, like spin-off series of it, you know? Just showcasing us the adventures of Marco and all the stuff he's done, because a lot of the stuff he's done would be cool stuff to see. I've said this before too, like, I think we should do the same thing with like Steven Universe and like Lars's pirate ship thing. Like just a little spin-off series. I don't know how long the episodes would be. Maybe like a season or two of it. That'd be pretty awesome. But this episode is like one of the examples of what we get to see there. I'm pretty sure the first example of what we get to see, like a full episode there, where we just see Marco kicking some ass. He brings Broomzetta, I think her name is, just one of his companions that's seen like these awesome adventures that we hear about. We never get to see him. Come on, guys, show us these adventures. Just a little spin-off series. But yeah, man, it's just awesome. It's just an awesome episode, for awesome Marco. And then we have Gone Baby Gone for episode 4, or pick 4, I should say. We have Gone Baby Gone. Again, another Hekapu Dimension Zone, or another zone, or you guys know what I'm talking about. But this is Gone Baby Gone. What's the reason I like this one the most? Basically because of Meteora and uh, Marco's sister. I forgot her name, to be honest. But Meteora's and Marco's sisters teenage appearances. They're probably like close to the same age of Star and Marco, maybe a little bit younger. They are a little bit younger, but it's really cool to see that. And it kind of, man, it kind of reminds me that like they're like younger but yet teenagers, and Marco's like an adult, and he's dating Star. Just 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 throwing that out there. A little bit gross. Just saying. He's like has the mind of like a 30 or a 40-year-old or something like that, and he's dating a child. Okay, whatever. Hopefully she's at least 16. That's legal age in some countries. Legal age here, actually. But I wouldn't do it because that's disgusting. um, I live in Canada, by the way. But yeah, man, let's get back to the episode. I really love this episode. It's just a fun episode where we get to see like these adult forms of them, and I really enjoy like the designs of their adult forms, and especially Meteora's. I really enjoy her adult form sign because she just looks like a punk rock kid. And I love the fact that she hates Marco even. It's funny. It's funny. It's very funny. And to be honest, I thought by the end of the series, Marco would do something to make Meteora like him, like maybe like save him or something like that. And I actually thought, I think this episode was hilarious, like the jokes and stuff like that. Um, and the whole like her just hating Marco like all the time, just like I don't know what's about you, but I really hate you, sort of thing, sort of thing. I felt like I kind of wanted to be like the opposite spectrum. I kind of wanted to be like, whoa, dude, you have abs, like oh I love you, sort of thing. I kind of wanted to see that dynamic in like this relationship, I guess. Not that Marco would like do anything, but I just think it would have been I don't know funnier to see Hekapu like I mean not Hekapu sorry to see Meteora instead of hating Marco to see her being like, ooh look at that boy, ooh like Stardust like I think that would have been cooler. I'm just saying I think that would have been cooler. And I think, man, I feel like we should have seen like Star in an episode where she went older in that dimension as well. Would have made fans less creeped out about Marco and Star dating, even though Marco's like technically kind of an adult. But whatever, I guess. Show writers do what they do. I just feel like it would have been a funnier opportunity, a funny opportunity to do something like that. But they did what they did, and I really enjoyed it. I especially enjoyed the character models in this episode. The third one is not actually a episode. It's a slight arc that starts in the end of season 2 and goes like to like what is it like episode 4, 5, or 6 of season 3. I'm just gonna call this arc Toffee the movie. This is basically Toffee's movie of basically him destroying magic, and it all starts in season 2. It's like a little arc. I know this is a little bit cheating on the episode. I guess if you want to watch the episode, it'd probably be the very last one. This one where they have like the final encounter. Like Toffee is a really good villain, but he's not the best villain Starburst is supposed to be able, in my personal opinion. But he's a really good villain. He just does like something that no one thinks is possible. He just like destroys magic. It's awesome. It's slightly different than Star's destroying magic. To be honest, it's like less effective, obviously, because Star was able to recreate magic, and we learn that like at the end, maybe magic was supposed to be destroyed. And if magic's destroyed, does that mean that dimensions travel is destroyed? Was dimension travel based on magic? I don't know. Well, I guess it might have been, because the scissors stopped working at the end of the season, at the end of the series. So I guess it probably was. But I guess Marco would have been stuck there because he was on immunity. He would have just been stuck there forever. Because he destroyed magic if Star never saved him, That's something to think about, eh? Like, if Star never saved the day, magic wouldn't have got a chance to put Marco back where he was supposed to be, so he would have just been stuck on immunity with Moon and River with a dead daughter, and just kind of would have been stuck there. That's something to think about. But yeah, man, this arc it was an awesome arc, and it was pretty damn good. And it brings up some questions if you think about them. Like, what would have happened if it went the opposite way? I don't know. Would have Toph tried to take over Muni and won this time? And what would have happened to Marco? Would Moon adopt him? She lost a daughter, so she's like, oh, we need a son now, so let's adopt Marco, I guess. Because they need someone to love. I don't know, guys. But it was awesome. It was awesome. Little movie, I'm going to call it, even though it was several episodes. It was an arc. But, excuse me. But whatever. Okay, so the second one, my second favorite episode is Running with Scissors. So I really enjoyed this episode. To be honest, I love this episode. This is the episode that started me off on thinking like we should get a side plot or a side series with Marco with Hekapu sort of thing where he fights Hekapu and stuff like that and we see all his adventures. This is just an awesome one where he's just super old, and he gets super buff. It's like something out of nowhere, and then it turns out he's back to a teenager, even though he has a mind of an adult. It's just really cool. Like, it's a really cool episode. It just shows off how badass Marco can be, and it's just like I don't know, man. It's just awesome. It's just an awesome episode, and I wish they would have expanded on this more than just a few episodes we got of it. But they didn't, sadly. But it was an awesome episode, awesome concept, and I saw some like really awesome things that came from this. Like I saw something that was really funny. Like there was like one thing I saw. I think it was like a small comic or something like that, where basically, Star and Marco are hanging out in their dimension, and then Marco and Hekapu's daughter comes up, and she's like the same age as Star and Marco, and she's like, "What's up, Dad?" And he just comes to Earth and is like, "What's up?" So that would have been hilarious. I don't know. I find that just funny because Marco and Hekapu obviously have a thing that they never get to elaborate on, and I always kind of like the shipping between them because even when Marco was a younger boy, he was still an adult. You know what I mean? So I always kind of like the shipping between Marco and Hekapu, because it was just cool. It was just this cool little shipping thing, and I felt like they should have expanded on it more. I did like I did like Kelly and Marco. I did like that. I didn't mind Jackie and Marco. To be honest, like it wasn't the best, but I didn't mind it. And let's see. And I didn't mind like the things with Janet and Marco either, because Janet obviously had like this weird obsession with Marco. So I didn't mind that one either. And I thought like all his relationships would have been cool to like look into and see what happens, sort of thing. But yeah, like all in all, I feel like this one is probably my favorite ship in the whole series. I don't usually like ships, but this one was one of my favorites. Even though it didn't come to pass, it was one of my favorites. It was like, ooh, Hekapu and Marco, dude, that's a cool little ship. Never happens. Maybe it did. We don't know. Maybe along his adventures he did hook up with Hekapu at least once. I don't know. But I love this episode because it just shows off Hekapu and like all this new stuff. Even though at the end she turns out to be kind of a dick, but then turns out to be less of a dick than we think, and she saves people, I guess. So, Hekapu, I guess you get a pass. You're a good character. Not necessarily a good person. But I would really love to see Marco's adventures and Hekapu's. Just saying. And then at number 1, we have a 2 per episode actually. It is the season finale of season 3, Divide and Conquer. I really, really enjoyed this episode in particular. It was just an awesome episode. It was like Marco and his Magnificent Seven got to kick ass with Meteora. Even though I felt like there should have been a slight change to it. I feel like there should have been a slight change to it, and I actually made a video on this. I'll put the link to that video in the description below, so go check that video out, and you'll see like everything I wanted them to change about it. But all in all, this was a damn good, little series. I guess it's like a semi movie. Because it is like an hour long, I think. But I really love these two episodes, or this episode, I guess, in this case. So I really love this episode. It's basically just all the stuff that Miss Haynes had leading up to this one point. They did do some stuff wrong, in my personal opinion. I felt like she should have held more of a grudge against Marco than she did, but that's okay, I guess. You know, like sometimes I have to make some adjustments, obviously. But it was just an awesome episode, like awesome 2 episodes, technically. But it was just awesome to see her kick ass and to see like the Butterfly Kingdom actually going down a second time in the same season. The first time being by Toffee, but this time being like everybody going down, not just Magic, just everybody. Everybody that she wants to do it to, they're going down. It's pretty damn awesome. I will say that much. Pretty damn awesome, and I really enjoyed this episode. My favorite episode of all the episodes. Mostly because it was like the series. This is like the point where I started to watch, you know, and this is why this is my favorite episode, and also my favorite villain, besides from Marco, that I also think should have been a villain, but whatever, I guess. Maybe a TV movie with him as a villain. But this was my favorite episode, and I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one too. But that is my top 5 Star vs. the Force of Evil episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I know I enjoyed the series personally. It wasn't the best series. It had a lot of faults with it. I have a review on my channel for it, like the whole series. I'll put that in the link below too, as well, as long as I remember this stuff. But I really, really enjoyed this series, and I really hope they expand on it eventually. I don't think they will, but I hope they do. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check the link below for those 2 extra videos, obviously, and plus my Twitter. Follow that. And as always, my friend, stay sane. Peace. Hit the bell notification. I forgot to say that as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, click on one of these videos. This one or this one. Or click here to subscribe because you love my content, you love my channel. Click the bell notification, of course. And of course, go to my Twitters, link below. One of these videos though, or subscribe. Twitters, follow. Alright, peace.